Lumpy Egusi soup without frying is what we are making today. This is the only method you need to achieve chunky restaurant-style egusi soup with that party-style texture and thick lumpy egusi. If you love egusi like this, keep watching. Hi everyone, my name is Mo. Let's get straight into it. Let's start by cooking our beef. I'm adding the beef pieces to my pot along with some chopped onions, seasoning cubes, salt to taste, and some roughly blended Scotch bonnet pepper. Mix everything together so the beef absorb all these flavors. Cover the pot and let it steam on low heat for about 15 minutes. This steaming process locks in so much flavor. After 15 minutes, I'll add the pomo and enough water to cover the meat. Then continue cooking until the beef is completely tender. This should take about 30 to 40 minutes depending on your beef. Before we get into the cooking, if you are new here, welcome. I share authentic Nigerian recipes every week. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. For this recipe, I'll be using some stockfish, also known as okporoko. I will soak them in hot water for about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm also soaking my dried catfish in hot water. Once they are soft, I will debone and wash them thoroughly. It's 40 minutes later and you can see that our beef is completely done and we have the stock ready. Now for the pepper mix. I'll be using red bell peppers, also known as tatashe, Scotch bonnet pepper, also known as atarodo, and some onions. I'm going to grate this with my manual grater because I do not want my pepper mix to be smooth at all. But if you want yours to be smooth, you can go ahead and use your blender. It works perfectly fine as well. Now let's prepare our pepper base. In a clean pot, heat up some palm oil on medium heat. You don't want the oil to be too hot so it doesn't burn. Once the oil is hot, add the chopped onions and fry for just a few seconds until they become soft and fragrant. This helps release the natural sweetness of the onions. Next, add the blended pepper mix. Stir everything together. Now add your seasoning cubes and salt to taste. Then mix again to combine all the flavors properly. Cover the pot and allow the pepper mix to fry on medium-low heat until the pepper mix reduces and the oil starts to float on top. In a bowl, add your blended egusi, blended onions, and a little hot meat stock. Then mix everything together. Be careful not to add too much liquid because we want a thick, moldable paste. After that, transfer the egusi paste to a mortar and start pounding it. Keep pounding and mixing until you see the oil starting to release from the egusi. This is very important. When you see the glossy oil on the surface, you know it is ready. This step is crucial because if you don't release the oil from the egusi first, it will dissolve into the soup instead of staying lumpy. We are not frying, so this pounding process replaces the frying step. Once you see the oil, scoop the egusi paste into a bowl and set it aside. Now let's check on our pepper mix. You can see that it has reduced and really fried well. I'm going in with my dissolved ogiri and the meat stock we boiled earlier. Then I'm going to give it a good stir, then cover it and allow it to boil. While our soup base is boiling, let's quickly prep our fish. The fish I've soaked earlier, the stockfish and the dried catfish. Now is the time to wash them. You can see that I've done the stockfish. For the dried catfish, you have to be really careful because most of the time you find insects inside and we don't want to be eating that. So you have to take your time, remove all these things, the intestine, the bones and all of that. Then set it aside. I'm also going to be using Panla fish for this recipe. This Panla fish is the one they usually sell at the roadside, fried one, but I bought it raw and I fried it myself. So that is what I'm doing here. So now I'm going to take the egusi paste and add it to the pot in small chunks. Don't drop it all at once, please. Add small balls of the egusi paste all around the pot. Quick one, guys. I'm still new to YouTube and your support means everything. If this recipe is helpful, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I am aiming for my first 100 subscribers and you can be part of that journey. Also comment below and tell me, do you prefer egusi with bitter leaf or pumpkin leaves? I would love to hear from you. For this soup, I'll be using fresh ugu leaves. You can see that it is wheated because I bought it like 3 days before and I forgot to keep it in my fridge, so that's why it's like this. So I soaked it in water for about 3 hours just to get it alive. So I have to rinse it thoroughly because of the sands and stones and dust and all of that. So I'll rinse it and I'll gently plug it out, then rinse all over again. After doing that, I'm going to chop it on my chopping board. I'm also going to be using some Uziza leaves that I have in my freezer that has been chopped before. So for this recipe, for the egusi, you can use any leafy vegetable of your choice. You can use bitter leaf and all of that. Our egusi has been cooking for 15 minutes now, so let's open the pot and gently stir to break apart any very large lumps. You see the beautiful chunks of egusi forming. I don't really have to break much because my lumps were not too heavy. So I'm going to add my protein now. I'm going to add my cooked beef and pomo, and also going in with my stockfish, dried catfish, and my Panla fish. I'm also going in with some crayfish, blended crayfish actually. Then I'm going to give it a gentle stir just to incorporate everything together. You can see the chunks of egusi, the lumps. This recipe is actually good because you are going to have those lumps really cooked the way it is prepared. So you have to gently stir everything together so you incorporate the egusi with the protein. At this point now, you can taste and adjust your seasoning if needed, and for me it is not needed. Mine is perfect. So you can see that the soup is looking thick and rich. Since egusi absorbs water quickly, I'm adding about a cup and a half of water to loosen it up a bit, then give it a gentle stir, cover it and let it cook for about 15 minutes more because you don't want to be eating raw egusi on a low heat actually. More than 15 minutes later, let's check on our egusi soup. You can see how nice it looks. You can see the color, the egusi, everything coming together. This is really nice. Despite cooking our egusi for additional 15 to 20 minutes, you can see that the chunks, the lumps are still there. So now I'm going to add my vegetables. I'm going in with the ugu leaves first, then I'm adding my leftover Uziza leaves. Then I'm going to give it a gentle mix it together to marry everything together. Then let it cook on low heat for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then our egusi soup is ready. You can enjoy this egusi soup with any kind of Nigerian swallow. It can be fufu, pounded yam, eba, or semovita. Look at this beautiful lumpy egusi soup. We didn't fry a single thing. The texture is perfect, chunky, and restaurant style. I'm serving this with some fufu, which is the absolute best pairing for egusi soup. All the ingredients and measurements are in the description box below. If you enjoyed this recipe, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.